Welcome to the RawDawgers Sportscast Live. I'm Sean Watson.
I'm Ryan Kessler.
I'm Brandon Painter.
Another week of sports in the books, gentlemen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Forgot to turn my notifications off.
Must be time to have a turkey leg.
It's time to stuff the turkey.
Sean just
Where's Madden?
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of stuff to get to this week. Of course, we had the Combine last week. But one of the biggest things in the news this past week, probably a little bit on the older side now. Is that open?
So
Yeah, the window's open.
Oh, is it open?
I can hear you guys outside.
Oh, really? Hey! Anyway, so we want to get right into this. First off, we want to tell everybody how we appreciate everybody getting our Super Bowl squares. And we're going to go ahead and do an NCAA bracket.
March Madness.
Yep, March Madness bracket. Selection Sunday will be this Sunday. And then the brackets, we've already got a group set up. It's going to go over on CBS Sports Line. You can go over to the RawDawgers Sportscast Facebook page, and it will tell you all the ins and outs. So it's going to be $10 a bracket, and it will tell you all the ins and outs. I had the detail on there. So it's going to be $10 a bracket. And
that's my page, sorry.
80 to first, 20 to second, or 90-10. I don't know. Get on there. We'll share it again. But we like to get everybody involved as much as possible. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the Ja Morant story. Ja Wick. So this was apparently last Friday night. I was actually watching this game. It was Grizzlies at Denver, and I was telling Ryan, I was like,
oh yeah, that's the one game that you said you watched.
Yeah, so far this season. Yeah,
You should watch more.
I should. So after the game, I guess Ja Morant late Friday night and then early into Saturday went ahead and did a broadcast on his IG, his personal IG page.
Because why wouldn't you?
Right.
You should do that when you're hammered.
Yeah, because there's absolutely there's nobody that you could actually hire that could say, yeah, I don't think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Not in the slightest.
Right. So anyway, we have the clip of Ja on his Instagram live here.
And I know they gon' stick shit. I think them don't want you to be taking it. I'm a gangster for rain. I'm in the side to baby. I rhyme and mind some baby. I can get like it. Never can I get no plan it. I'm a someone back of bread. Stay down the read, man. That's it, man. You don't go to the man, you're bad, man. I said, where's your knock off? I think the charge is my fault. I said, hey, when I get that key off your boat, and I get the ambulance dropping your beat. And I'm on the block with your bag and beat. I tell you that I only get shot down. The defense will be close with her. I got money. Man, you got me tripping in this bitch. That nigga ain't slime.
So anyway, it took a day or so, but the NBA basically came out and they decided to go ahead and suspend Ja Morant 2 games, at least so far.
Well,
anything
the
else?
Grizzlies, I think they're going to make him sit out 4 more games.
Are they going to make him?
They're looking into if he legally owned the firearm and everything, so they're going to try to go at him. Which is fucking, who cares?
I mean,
it's not like Plexico Burris shot himself in the foot in a nightclub.
Yeah, I know.
He had a gun, dumb, but...
Yeah.
Right.
Them dudes have guns all the time. It's just the fact that there's a video of it.
And he's holding it up like this, like it was a used condom.
Yeah.
Probably
loads out of it.
Yeah. Just small, they sound like a cat gun. Apparently with that thing.
That's what
but
you should have said. It was like it was a squirt gun.
Yeah, it was a squirt gun.
Had alcohol.
Something like that.
That's all you have to say.
Well, yeah.
Right. Prove it.
So here's the thing with Ja Morant though. just went ahead and signed a $200 million contract with the Grizzlies. Has a signature shoe deal with Nike. They just dropped his Ja Midnight One shoes last week, or the week prior. And he also has a newly penned endorsement deal with Powerade, a subsidiary of Coke. Apparently, Powerade hasn't really sponsored an athlete for quite some time.
I haven't seen it.
So, the fact that he went ahead and did this, now I haven't seen anything like where Coke is saying, yeah, we're backing out of this.
Making, not trying to say much just to let the shit blow over.
We
Right.
don't forget.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit.
So, Kyrie, though, let's get back to him.
Well,
Dropped by Nike after his.
And he has like super successful shoes.
Yes.
And has for like 8 years.
Yeah. So, after his Twitter endorsement of what some call an anti-Semitic film, we covered that earlier this season, or earlier in
I never
the
remember.
prior pod.
I never even read into that. What was?
Well, he just went ahead and he was endorsing the film out on
What was
Twitter.
the film about?
I don't exactly know. I don't know if it had to do with Holocaust type material or something like.
we're normal Americans. We don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the media is trying to do like blacks versus Jews now, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kanye
I
shit
guess.
and- Jeez.
But I guess what I'm saying is Nike immediately dropped him.
Well, it's black people don't care and Jewish people don't care.
Yeah.
The only
There's
people.
not really a lot of them left to care. So
Terrible. Anyway, my point I was trying to make was Nike was immediately dropped Kyrie Irving, but John
I guess
Morant,
Nike
I
just
know.
dropped us too.
yeah, John Morant just
Could you say both sides are a little ashy?
so bad, so bad. I do not endorse this podcast. Oh.
Thank God for our one listener right now.
Yeah, we love it.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway,
Oh.
so John Morant went ahead and issued this statement, and we have a graphic of this.
You didn't even send me the graphic.
I didn't? Okay. I thought I did. All right. Anyway, he comes out and he says, I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, and Brandon, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting me down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on
To
learning.
get help.
Yeah, to
It's
get
always to get help.
Yeah. God.
and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being.
So, all right.
That's a publicist statement. You know this, right?
Yeah.
Where was that guy when he decided to show a gun in the bathroom?
Right. But no, okay. So, you guys see that video I shared you guys about Deshaun, right?
Oh,
In the chat. The judge pretty much
article,
shat on
yeah.
all the women that
Yeah, because it was bullshit.
it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, he never said, "I don't need help." Like fuck you.
Yeah, because he was innocent.
Yeah, like, and then you do something like that. Oh, I'm gonna go get help. Like, go get help with what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bringing a gun into a public place?
Yeah.
Like,
To hide my guns gooder.
right. What help are you gonna get? CCW?
Yeah. I mean, it could be his gun. He could legally own it. Who knows?
Well, we all know.
The smart thing to do was say, that was a squirt gun that had alcohol in it.
Right.
Nothing against any of our listeners. I actually have family that may live in Colorado. Okay, but because we're sure the fuck we don't have any listeners there. But I mean, Colorado is kind of a liberal state.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right.
It's,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's here and
It's,
there.
it's pretty here and
The
there.
people that own all the land are not liberal.
They're not. So, like Sam Elliott.
But all the same.
Yeah.
all the cities
Well, just
are.
Denver.
Denver's sweet, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love it out there.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
just
yeah, you went right after I did.
there's a lot of Central American type people there. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking homeless people, too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Lots of dreadlocks.
Any city.
A lot of like homeless encampments,
Yeah.
like San Francisco.
No, that's
which
not
I've never
that
been
bad.
there either.
It's not that
It's
bad.
not.
No.
That's
It's
basically like
When I went there,
Columbus.
it was like 2014, so
That's
like
what I
weed just became legal, so
Right.
every hippie in the United States that was homeless was there.
Gotcha. So it's as states become more progressive and they pass legalization of marijuana.
It's probably filtered out.
It's
now.
probably
super
a little
nice
bit.
now.
Yeah. So.
Because I think there's enough like country money there that it'll never be like hardcore super liberal.
Till they just start buying that shit up and putting stadiums on all that property. Yeah. So, anyway, earlier this season, he and Ja's crew were accused of pointing a red laser at the Pacers team bus after a game in Indiana.
Jesus.
So, we have a clip of this, too.
Just acting a fool.
Sharp desperately attempts to reason with Ja Morant. A report came out after Memphis played Indiana that paints a really bad picture for Ja. During the game, the Pacers and Grizz got into a mild altercation, but after the game, this is where things get wild. Reportedly, some of Ja's associates got into a verbal argument with the Pacers when they were trying to get on the bus, and shortly after, it was reported that a car drove by with Ja in it, and someone saw a red beam coming out of it. One Pacers security guard said that's 100% a gun. After this, the NBA did do an investigation and found there was a confrontational situation, but couldn't find any evidence on the use of a weapon. And Ja denies these claims, calling them false. And shortly after, Shannon Sharp tries to reason with Ja and tell him the truth.
Ja did everything he could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment, and for some reason, he wants to surround himself with these type of people. Stop pretending! What you're gonna do is get yourself in trouble, put yourself and your family in harm's way when you don't have to.
There's just so much.
Dude, yeah. Everything is so sensationalized anymore.
So, what kills me...
But that is, like, that whole situation's dumb.
Yeah.
What kind of kills me about this whole thing and Shannon Sharp, him talking about basically Ja worked his way out, but come to find out, Ja actually grew up in an upper middle class family, suburban home with two well-to-do parents. Don't know what he's going for here. I don't know if he's trying to get a rep, you know, if he's trying to get respect from other people in his quote-unquote crew. I don't know who this crew is. Obviously, none of them have the mindset to say, hey, John, don't do that. You have $200 million guaranteed in the NBA and the Nike shoe. And
Right.
I don't know. But
It's, I mean, he's young as fuck, so you're going to be dumb.
I was a fucking
That's an
idiot when I was
Sure, yeah,
22 or
but
23, whatever he is.
I've also never brought a gun into anything like that.
No.
Like, that's, especially if you have that kind of money, like, have security personnel with guns.
Yeah.
well, not only that, but I'm certainly not going on social media and flashing it around.
Right.
You know.
Well, and the fact too, if he grew up in an upper middle class house, he's probably never even fucking held a gun. So
Right.
finally he sees one, he's like, oh hell yeah. This is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes and buys one out of a vending machine.
Yeah.
That's a toy.
And yeah, Corey, dude, the fucking Eminem song's perfect for him.
His real name is Clarence.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I carry a gun in school zones.
We're gonna go ahead and move on to Joe Mixon.
Wow.
A great story.
Great segue.
It's a great segue. This past Monday night, Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies responded to Mixon's residence outside of Cincy and proceeded to tape off his home with crime scene tape after shots were reportedly fired at the residence. The investigation went on until 3:20 a.m. Tuesday morning. So we're talking like 7 hours. They basically had his home taped off, and at least one minor, not laughing at the minor, was taken to a local hospital for minor cuts and bruises.
Oof. Hell of a chili party.
Yeah.
Well, so I think 10 years from now we're gonna learn that he's like Eric Hernandez.
Probably.
He's been around too much of this shit for there not to be something.
Yeah, but they were saying he wasn't even there, right?
Well, that's the thing. Cincinnati News 5 spoke with Mixon's sister, Shalonda, which... Early Tuesday morning, she made the statement that Mixon was not involved. So that was later on Tuesday morning.
I'm sure she did make that statement.
Yeah. So apparently Mixon wasn't making the statement. I'm sure he was seeking counsel at that time, deciding what his next move should be.
Calling Sean Kemp.
Yeah. This incident coming off charges of aggravated menacing that were dropped against him earlier last month. Of course, we talked about that.
Yeah. Again.
Once
Aaron
again.
Hernandez.
So, I mean, first,
where's the fucking white explorer?
you had the Oklahoma, girlfriend beater, and
Right.
then you had the menacing that was just last month. Now you had shots fired at residents outside of Cincinnati.
He's not gonna miss a single snap.
I mean, there's
Not one.
Yeah, probably. He's in the coming off the second year of his 4-year contract extension, and Duke Tobin, Bengals player personnel director, made a statement that it's too early to predict the offseason. When asked whether or not they would continue to keep Mixon.
Thinking there's plenty of time for him to still fuck it up.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Well, and like he's a running back, so at that point he's probably gonna be. They're gonna have somebody else coming up the rear,
Right.
Or in his rear.
or in the rear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If he keeps breaking the law, yeah. He's breaking the law. Yeah. All right, NFL free agency news.
Sean's gonna sit
I'm not. I'm just trying to move along.
All right.
Tuesday, this past week, Lamar Jackson, your boy, both your boys, was given the non-exclusive franchise tag right before the deadline. Basically what this means is that Jackson has the ability to go out and visit with other teams to try to get the contract he wants, but Baltimore has the ability to match any team's offer, potentially blocking that team from signing him. Adam Schefter reporting that basically the Ravens are letting the market dictate what Lamar's new contract may be.
That's, Baltimore pretty much saying, all right,
Well, it's to me
go
like
find out what you're worth.
all
Right.
these other teams are like, we're not gonna do the work for you.
Yeah.
I think it's going to end bad for Lamar.
It's gonna end bad for both of them
I
because
think
he's not
it's-
gonna play this year.
People aren't going to, like, nobody else's offense is designed the way the Ravens are. So
Correct.
by them going this route, the Ravens might just get him for cheaper because nobody else is going to go pay.
I think he'll sit out a year.
I mean, if he gets offers and then the Ravens match it, why would he sit?
That's what no team's going to want to put in an offer because the Ravens will just match it. He would rather go somewhere else for less guarantees than stay there because I think he feels slighted.
Well, then if they match, and then he might sit.
So that's like a lot of the teams around the league. They're like, we're not going to do their fucking bidding for them.
Yeah.
Get an agent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Get an agent.
even know if an agent would have helped him in this situation. Because what he wants
He's
is
trying-
Baltimore is just not going to
He's
give.
he's trying to flex, and Baltimore just called his bluff. And that's
But Jerry Maguire knows how to flex.
Yeah, but he's also going to call
So-
Baltimore's bluff.
I
But hey, they got a Pro Bowl quarterback behind them.
I think this is Baltimore winning because it's going to come that I don't think he gets that many offers for the money he thinks he's going to get.
No, because that's
But if he sits, obviously, then they're fucked.
yeah, because he could sit out. I mean, and then next year, if they tag him again, they're gonna have to pay him $40-some million. And I don't even. They wouldn't do that. They at that point you'd be like, all right, find a trade partner and boom, go get something done.
I think it's smart for Baltimore to do what they did.
Oh no, it's smart on both
Yeah,
sides.
it
I
is.
think.
Yeah, it's definitely small.
I think it's hurt Lamar because I really don't think he's going to get that many crazy offers like he thinks he's going to.
If he was a free agent, there'd be a bidding war over him.
You think?
Yeah, there'd be at
So
least
you think teams
there'd
are
be
still
three
going to give up picks?
teams don't want to put an offer in just for the Ravens to match it, and
Well, what if they don't?
they're not going to put up that kind of guaranteed money.
Has there been any buzz about any offers at all for
I
Lamar?
have not heard
That's
anything.
probably because there isn't any.
But if there was three teams
that's why
that
they
didn't
went
have to
that
worry
route.
about giving up picks, there would be a bidding war. I mean, he's not. I don't know.
So what you're saying is Baltimore's doing the right thing.
Yeah, Baltimore's doing the
But
right
if
thing.
Lamar sits, they're kind of fucked.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked.
Which he can do that, but that's going to also fuck him.
Yeah, he'll lose all that money. I mean, yeah, he'll lose all that money.
Well, what kind of guaranteed money they were trying to offer him
He wants
earlier?
It was,
or
what is something
before it
that's-
was 200, I think.
well, not guarantees. It was like
I'm just talking guaranteed money.
they're gonna guarantee him. I think like 140. He wants 250.
Right.
He wants
Or
Deshaun's
235.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So realistically, even if Deshaun doesn't work out, we still managed to fuck over the Ravens. So.
Which
Yeah.
I fucking love.
Yeah.
I love it.
Take it.
I love it. Well, maybe not. Once again, their backup is
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, he's a Pro
the
Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
And he is somehow uglier than Lamar. I didn't
Right.
think that was possible.
So I want to bring this up though too. So we have the graphic of the teams with the most cap space right now. When we're talking about Lamar, I mean, who are those teams? Who would be the teams?
I told you Chicago could just straight up trade Fields and
Yeah, they could.
pay Lamar.
Would they do that?
I don't. Does Lamar have any say where he goes or no?
Yeah, he can.
He probably wouldn't go there.
Where?
Chicago.
Yeah, no. God dang it. I did put that one in there. My God.
That's all right. Well, anyway, Chicago total cap space 96 million. Atlanta number 2, 67 million. I think Atlanta's drafting. What are they drafting 4 this year?
That's
the
Indy.
Colts are 4.
Colts are 4. Atlanta's right there though. I think maybe they're after. Maybe they're 6.
Somewhere around.
Right after
Gotta
the
be
Seahawks.
close to
They were
what's
7 and
they're
10.
pushed away.
Right?
I mean, there's a big drop off there though.
They're top 10. I know that.
So you got Chicago with 96 million, and you got Atlanta with 67, and then Houston drafting at 2, 41 million, and then Las Vegas.
There's only one of them teams that really would. Like Atlanta's the only fit. Just because Houston is at 2, they're not going to fucking.
You wouldn't think,
No.
unless they would.
Because at 2, that's a big time draft. Unless that's the only pick they give up. Instead of 2 first rounder, you give up the number 2 overall. Because that's a big time pick.
I mean, I guess unless Baltimore wants to go down that road and try to develop a quarterback, draft a quarterback, develop the quarterback.
That's the situation they're putting themselves into right
Yeah,
now by
it
not
is.
paying them.
It is.
Well, the way the offense coordinator brought in, they're going to run a different offense, and whether it's Lamar or somebody else, it looked to me like they kind of felt like they're going to move on from him. But I think putting that tag on him the way they did, I don't think they're going to get an offer to match, or they're going to get, because you would get more than just 2 first-round picks for Lamar, I would think. If it was just a trade, you're going to have Atlanta, you're going to have even Vegas, Washington.
That's what I saw was for his non-exclusive tag was 2 firsts.
It's just 2 firsts. That's all you
have
get.
to pay him.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, we gave up 3 for Deshaun, and Lamar's, he's young. I mean,
right now. He is comparable, I think.
yeah, I mean, he's got an MVP. I would think at least 2 firsts, and then at least a
It
third.
just sucks that we haven't really seen it,
Right.
so you don't know. And his shelf life isn't Deshaun's shelf life.
No.
He's got 5 more elite years,
yeah.
and then with no legs, you're just not an elite anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Deshaun, he could have like an Aaron Rodgers type career because he's always going to be mobile enough,
Yeah.
but he's always relied more on his arm than running RPOs and all that shit.
Which Lamar doesn't.
No.
No.
And that has to be a concern for Baltimore.
Right.
To be a concern
Right.
for anybody trying
Right.
If I was Baltimore,
If he went to like a win now team, perfect.
Right.
But he's also unproven in the playoffs. Well, not unproven, but disproven in the playoffs. So what win now team wants him?
Right. And as far as a
he
win
got
now,
some weapons on the outside. I'd like to see how that would work, though. It
Well-
used to be in a different offense. That offense is just, what was coming. It worked really good one year. It's New England did the Wildcat. After a year of the NFL seeing it, it gets less and less effective.
moving on to Derek Carr. Derek Carr getting a new deal with New Orleans. $150 million over 4 years with guaranteed money through 2024. Contract also includes a no trade clause. Apparently he met with the Saints, Jets, and Panthers during the combine. Orlovsky stating that right now on paper the Saints are the favorite in the NFC South. Duh.
Yeah.
I like New Orleans with Carr.
Duh.
I like that he went to New Orleans. Because people in Oakland loved him.
Yeah.
And then
New Orleans or
New Orleans
the
is the
Jets would have been the best places for him to go, but you can't trust the Jets.
the goddamn
Jets.
No, I like him with New Orleans.
Yeah.
I think that's sweet.
Yep. New Orleans took a dip last year under new head coach Dennis Allen, went 7-10. And Carr's numbers were less than stellar with the Raiders last year. Maybe why McDaniels and the staff benched him. I know he was definitely pissed off. You know, was he targeting Devontae Adams too much last season? I mean,
Canada didn't really have anyone else.
Yeah.
Because Renfro was out like half the year.
Yeah, Waller was out.
Waller was out.
they talk about a guy that's always hurt.
Right.
You know, I liked when they had what was that on Hard Knocks and they had Waller on there.
I had him in fantasy one year. He was awesome
Right.
all year. And then since
Just
He's
can't-
had 2 1,000-yard seasons in his career. Every other year he's either been in jail or hurt.
Yeah, anyway, Carr with a 63-79 overall record as a starter with the Raiders. Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't either, because they went like 12-4 that one year.
Yeah. So now he'll have
Carr always puts up numbers though.
Yeah.
Like, he can do it. He has, I think, active quarterbacks. He has like the second most. Well, Brady just retired.
Yeah.
He might have the most comeback fourth quarter wins.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Maybe Rodgers would have more.
Rodgers actually didn't really have that many. I remember seeing that set on him last year. It wasn't really that many.
Yeah, I know Carr's way up there.
Yeah.
Come from
Carr's come behind wins.
He did it to the Browns twice.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad signing. I mean, I like it. I mean,
I like
out of the teams that were out there,
This Oakland
I
or
mean-
Vegas is just not a good situation.
no.
And McDaniels, like, it's just a whirlwind of what the fuck's going
Well,
on.
it's going to be interesting to see what McDaniels does this time around, especially when it comes to the draft. You know, we talked about that a little bit. You know, what are the Raiders going to do? Are they going to move up? I mean, I think they're down around the 7 range.
That's probably. I just feel like CJ Stroud's going to end up there for some reason.
He won't make it past the goal.
But you think Levis? We talked about Levis too.
For whatever reason, Ohio State quarterbacks, people don't like fucking picking them high.
He won't make it past the
No.
goals.
I hope not. Even in Indy, I don't know how good that situation is
Because
right now.
I think Chicago's going to trade out. Somebody's
Yeah.
going to go to one.
Yeah, I mean Chicago for
It'll be
sure
either-
is going to trade
hopefully it's
back.
either
I would
Houston
think.
or-
Houston's getting a quarterback.
Yeah, Houston's
Colts are getting a
sticking around.
quarterback. That's 3 off the board. If Stroud's not in your top 3, then
I could see someone like
You're an
Levis.
idiot.
I mean, why was Justin Fields picked after fucking 49ers there?
Trey
Trey
Lance.
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 The guy played like 4 games in Double
The
A.
same thing's happening with Richardson right now.
Yeah, people got a hard on for him.
I do. I'm people.
So, anyway, now he'll have the pass catching running back. And also Chris Olave and Michael Thomas went ahead and took to Twitter after they went ahead and signed Carr. With just
What's Dirty Mike been up to? Did he even come back last year? I thought he was supposed to play last year.
no, I don't think he did. I don't think he ended up playing
He
at all.
sat for 2 fucking years now?
Yeah, at least. Well, he was at. Did he come back and play late there, or was he playing early?
I don't know. He's
Seemed
been
like he was a
relevant for
game.
like 2 years.
Right, I agree.
Freaking graphic. How is this on this shit?
It's all right. It, basically, Michael
I
Thomas.
think every time you see the rundown and see graphic, you just think of like tits. You just think of tits.
Oh, I had like 14 in here. I thought they were all there.
Oh, there's one. No, that's not
Is
tits.
there any tits?
No.
Damn.
But anyway, Michael Thomas basically took to Twitter, "Thank you, Jesus," with the praying hands.
Well, yeah, he wants a fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, between
Fucking Andy Dalton.
yeah, oof. What's that guy doing?
Coaching.
Making money.
What's Jameis Winston doing?
Right? Is he still under contract there?
I think so. I don't know what. I haven't heard of
Did he
it.
get hurt, or he just
They
never
just-
played?
They just didn't play him. They decided to play Andy. Maybe they got that LASIK eye surgery. They got it crossed. I don't know how.
This guy doesn't even know his right from his left now.
He got caught stealing lobster again, so they got
Maybe he got a
put him under the rug.
donor.
He probably tried to eat too many W's.
Yeah.
They just he sleeps in the janitor's closet now.
Giants went ahead and signed Daniel Jones and decided to tag Saquon Barkley.
I was scared they were going to.
Yeah. This past Tuesday, the Giants signed quarterback Daniel Jones to a 4-year, $160 million contract with $82 million guaranteed at signing. Also, $35 million in incentives.
And most of his contract should have been incentives, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't like.
What do you think about the
signing
Giants?
any guy.
I don't think so either. I don't like the signing. That's
Well,
just me.
if you look at the contract, honestly, they could probably get out of it in 2 years with not a lot of
I just don't think
repercussion.
he's the guy at all.
Yeah, but Brian Dable probably has faith in him, and
Yeah.
he's a pretty damn good QB coach. I could see him having success. I mean, he's big, strong, big arm, athletic. Why not? What else were they going to do?
Dad's definitely a lawyer somewhere.
Oh, for
He
sure.
wears the shortest of shorts.
Always white too.
Always white.
Giants placing
Especially after Labor Day.
Giants placing the non-exclusive franchise tag on Barkley, but the reports are that they'll soon sign him to a long-term deal. At the tag, Barkley will make $10 million if he plays next season. So
I mean, I hope he gets
I
a
like
deal.
them tagging Saquon. That's fine with me.
yeah,
I hope he gets a deal though. I mean, he came back and played well this year. He's still young. Dude's a freak.
yeah.
He's
Injuries got to be a concern with Barkley, though.
He had some
I mean,
freak injuries. I mean,
Yeah,
bad though for a running back.
it is. But he balled out this season.
Will McGahee had injury
Yeah,
problems
finger.
earlier. Yeah,
Snapped his finger.
and he had a 12-year career.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I like Saquon a lot.
Yeah.
Moving on to Aaron Rodgers, still no decision on that yet.
He's going to
He's going to the Jets.
Yeah. So
Then he's going to go to the Vikings.
Yeah.
he just fallen the
He's
far
going to
path.
lose the NFC
I mean,
championship.
Then eventually he's just gonna rip off some welfare.
Move to Mississippi.
Just stuff his Levi's full of direction cards.
His copper fence. I mean, I can see that happening. Kirk Cousins next year. you
Yeah.
know? Oh, we need a quarterback.
Yeah. Let's get Rodgers.
Yeah.
Bring him back in the division.
That'd be fucking great. I would actually love to see that.
It would be awesome. I would love it.
So reportedly this week, Jets owner Woody Johnson, GM Joe Douglas, head
What a
coach.
fucking name.
Right?
Dick.
Yeah. Woody Johnson.
Woody Harry Johnson.
Head
Richard
coach,
Johnson.
head coach Robert Saleh, and offensive coordinator just fired freshly from Denver, Nathaniel Hackett, all flew to Cal this past Tuesday to meet in person with Rodgers at his home.
I wonder if they all trip
I
balls.
hope they just shit talked him and they walked in like, seen better.
Just nag him.
Or just, yeah. Because a lot
Well,
of,
from what I heard, it's basically a done deal at this point. It's just a matter of compensation.
Must be some kind of deal, though, I would think, with the Jets and Packers, so there's not any kind of tampering situation.
Well, they
How does that-
the
how does
Panthers
that work?
gave, or the Packers.
Packers gave him permission, right?
Permission,
Is
yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
so teams are allowed to meet if they have permission from.
Yeah, yeah.
Mutual consent.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Just all kinds of names flying out right now. Winslow and Trailer Park Grannies.
Our quarterback was forgiven as well.
We should know more by at least next Wednesday when a deal would have to be done. Of course, both teams are going to have to get under the cap by that time to make that deal.
I'm still waiting to hear about Deshaun's restructure.
Yeah,
supposed
have
to
you
go
heard
to-
anything about that?
It's supposed to be like a foregone conclusion. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it'll get done. They're gonna have to sign anybody.
Right.
They need 3-4 big time dudes.
At least two.
Other notables receiving a franchise tag this week. Evan Ingram with the Jags. And, of course, they got Calvin Ridley coming back.
Dude, the Jags are going to be dangerous. Right?
I
would
the
think.
favorites in that division next
But,
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, they're going to be good.
I mean, regardless of
They're
what,
already good.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of whatever quarterback Houston's bringing in there.
Yeah, it's going to take them another year or two to.
Yeah.
But they get good quick. They could be a 7-win, 8-win team, but I don't see them.
Well, then you got Tennessee kind of, they're starting to tail off a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
so
there's shopping Derrick Henry. So
I just saw
there goes
that
their
too.
whole offense.
I just saw that too.
If they're going to chase stuff, they're going up for a quarterback. I almost fucking guarantee
Yeah.
they are.
What if Stroud goes there?
I'd be sick.
What if Lamar Jackson goes there?
Yeah, no. Vegas, he doesn't want anything to do with Lamar.
Really?
I don't think so.
He likes that running the football, man.
I know that, but I don't think he likes that from his quarterback. He's had fucking Tannehill the whole time.
Yeah, but just because he had Tannehill. I mean, they had Joe Flacco in Baltimore.
I know.
That's literally like the same person. Tell me I'm wrong.
I know, but that's his kind of quarterback.
What is this type of quarterback? He hasn't drafted one. Well, Malik Willis.
I forgot they took him last year.
Yeah, he's that fast.
He's that famous.
Speaking of the Raiders too.
Damn, they might fucking get him more.
He looked good in Tennessee with those unis.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, Raiders definitely prepped after franchising him for a QB in free agency, you would think.
They franchised Josh Jacobs?
Yes.
That makes sense. They'll probably work a deal for him. I would think
He's
an
good.
extension. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just,
And Deron Payne of the Redskins.
yeah.
They're also on the QB fast track. And Tony Pollard, Dallas Cowboys, probably waiting for Zeke's contract to
They should
expire.
give Tony the contract Zeke got. Zeke got it.
Right.
That dude's. See you later.
See ya. Okay. Browns free agency news.
All right. So, going into next week, Monday starts tampering, where basically teams can start to talk to any unrestricted free agents. And you're going to hear a lot more rumors coming Monday. League year starts on Wednesday, so that's when you can really get when contracts pen hits paper. And we know we have three major needs right now: defensive tackle. We want to get a wide receiver. We're going to have to get a free safety to fill in for John Johnson. He's going to be cut in June, I think.
June 1, right?
Yeah, June 1st deadline. Yeah. And obviously, Deshaun needs to his contract needs to get restructured. Myles Garrett's into the point of his contract. I think that he was extended in 2020. It was literally like a year after the helmet thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So he's into year 3 of that.
It's like Cleveland's like, this is how much we care about.
All right. Nobody gives a shit. But I think you can restructure his contract. You're gonna, if you do both of those, you're gonna add $40 million to the cap, maybe more. Even a guy like Joe Platonio, who even extended last year, you can still mess around with his his contract to make some moves here. So we have Fletcher Cox, Dallin Thompson, I like a lot. Javon Hargrave, DeForest Buckner. He's not a free agent, but it seems all signs lead to Indianapolis wanting to get some draft capital back for him.
Right.
He's 28 years old. So on that defensive front, also, and that's just in the tackle room. I had Frank Clark as a DM that would be great to bring in. Kansas City. I've heard some rumblings about they released him, but they might try to resign him. But I also seen Andy Reid kind of give him a farewell. So I don't know if that's really something that's in the table. Out of those guys on the front, who would you guys like to see here?
I know we were talking about it last week, and I think you had the story there was whoever Jim Schwartz. We even talked about when he was hired, he's probably going to bring some kind of big name in there.
Right.
Of course, he has that history with Philly, right? We talked about that. I think Jim Schwartz Fletcher Cox would be. I mean, I worry
That's
about.
the big dude we need.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, I think you need that kind of guy. The thing with Cox though, and Graham, their defensive end. I know there was the report.
He just got signed.
Yeah,
Back
did
with
he?
Philly, yeah.
Oh, okay, but Cox isn't.
Nope. And it seems to me like that's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because Graham kind of took a hometown discount there, just say.
Okay.
So
So Cox is probably going to be.
going to be free agent.
He's going to be free agent. I wish I had a crystal ball and I could say, what do you think Schwartz is going to do? Because I think it's really that's who it's going to come down to.
So I think Schwartz, honestly, he would like anybody on this group. He just wants to have one dude in the middle.
Right.
One guy.
So I think if it's going to make, to me, I would love a guy like Fletcher Cox. I think he's kind of like Cam Hayward, where he's just going to be dominant until he's like 35, 36.
Oh, for sure.
And
Cam's still good.
yeah, he was an All-Pro last year, I'm pretty sure. But that's a great guy to have in that room.
Right.
I mean, Cam's had people in and out his whole career there.
Super Bowl winner.
Super Bowl winner. Well, yeah, Fletcher Cox is.
Yeah.
So you have that, and I think that'll even make Miles better.
Fletcher, just one.
He's got one, been to two. But you want to have that kind of leadership in that room. I think that'd be great. It'd be great for Winfrey to have someone like that there.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's Javon Hargrave, but Hargrave's going to be a bigger cap, a bigger contract, I think. So I mean, I'd be really happy. DeForest Buckner, he's younger. Hopefully he can get some more tread on his hires, but I feel like Fletcher Cox is just one of those dudes.
Signing any of these other than Buckner, I don't think it's a long signing.
Hargrave probably wants a 3 or 4 year deal.
You think?
But that'll be one of those deals where you can get out of it in 2 years.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox would probably be a 2 or 3 year deal.
Well, I think the thing with Cox too, he's the oldest one on the that you have on this group.
He's so big though.
Yeah, he is. No, he's big.
It's literally Cam Hayward is his comp.
I think Fletcher Cox got overshadowed a little bit this year because there were so many dudes for the defense. Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, because I think he still had did he have 8 sacks, 7 sacks? 7 sacks this last season?
That's good for a detail.
But then you're talking about, Brandon Graham, or not Brandon Graham, but Hassan Reddick, flying around and doing his thing, and what did he have, like 14, 15 or something like that?
He had 17.
17? Was that? Whew.
Yeah.
That was before.
Well, and Hargrave, right beside him, had 11 sacks.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
They had the most sacks.
Yeah, like by a lot.
Yeah, by like 11, I think.
Yeah. Over Kansas City, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Then next, so then the wide receivers. These are ones I like. I'm still gonna die on this hill with DJ Chark. He's 26, 6'4", runs a 4.3 40. I seen his market value is like $9.5 million a year right now. That's a freaking steal. You can sign him for a 4-year, $40 million deal, not even blinking an eye.
Detroit getting rid of him then? For
Yeah,
sure.
they have
negative cap
Jameson Williams. They have
St. Brown.
St. Brown. They have a bunch of guys there. But Brandon Cooks, he's only 29.
Cooks has been good.
He's always good.
He's played.
He's always, and these are all the kids I would not be mad at. Obviously, and from what I've heard, a couple of third rounders would get him here. And, we have that working relationship with Houston, obviously. DeAndre Hopkins, he's 31. And just the way if he got traded, Arizona would have to pay a lot of that contract. So he'd have a $19 million this year, $15 million next year. If they traded for him, they'd restructure or re-sign. So I don't think that'd be a big deal. And I did see that trade value. It's only like a 2nd round pick. Maybe a 3rd and a 3rd. So, I think wide receiver wise, if they go to the trade market, that's probably going to be something where Deshaun's going to be a big.
Well, he played with Cooks too, didn't he?
Played with both of them.
Yeah.
So,
he's going to have a lot of say in it, is what you're saying.
Right. But for me, these were the top 3 wide receivers for you guys. And honestly, they could probably get 2 of them. They could sign DJ and probably trade for one of these guys if they wanted to. I don't think you need to get that deep at wide receiver, but
No.
What do you guys think?
I think who's the fastest one? Who's the guy that's going to take the top? Yeah, the top off.
Cooks is a deep route guy though too.
Cooks has always been a deep route.
But DJ's 6'4".
And Cooks has worked. Well, I know, I get DJs, but Cooks has also worked beside like full.
Yeah.
Both deep
In 14 games, he had 1,100 and some yards.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I guess that when
And Cooks has always kind of had a chip on his shoulder because he's always slept on.
And he wants the hell out of there.
Yeah. Well, and he's Cooks is always really good in fantasy too, but that's because there's really nobody else.
Right. And actually, because of that contract, I forgot that I looked this up. They might even be able to just send over a 4th or 5th rounder for Hopkins. How we got Amari Cooper.
Gotcha.
Because it's out in the media that he wants out. They want to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So to get that contract, the trade value is going to be that high.
What are the Cardinals doing, man? They're just getting rid of everyone.
They're having a fire sale. I said that a couple weeks back.
J.J. Watt retired, and then they fired everybody, and then
but 5'9" quarterback.
Yeah. And they got the guaranteed money with the
baseball player,
with the gamer.
Yeah, I mean they're not spending money around him right now, so they have plenty of money to spend. And then obviously at safety, Jesse Bates has been.
Bates is going to be.
I think he probably is going to be it. That's been a lot of the rumblings, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson from Philly. Mary Kay Cabot's actually been talking a lot about that connection because of Andrew Berry's connection with Philly. They really like him. Be a little bit cheaper, and he's a little younger than Bates.
He's kind of like a head case guy, right?
I don't think so.
No? Has he been with like fucking 3 teams in 3 years or some shit? 2 teams in 2 years?
No.
No?
No, I don't know.
I think he only did 1 year with Philly, didn't he?
I think this is the first year he's like started.
Oh, okay.
But he's got that nickel versatility too, where he can go down and play.
I mean, I like him. I just thought he was like a head case kind of guy.
I didn't hear anything out about that. But there's also some guys on the edge like Yannick Ngakoue, not very good against the run. I don't know. He's going to be a little bit pricey, I think, for us just to have him for like 3rd down rushing edge. But he's out there. Brandon Graham's got signed. Frank Clark, dude, if you could get...
Frank Clark is really kind of on my radar right now.
If you could get Frank Clark in one of these D tackles, I wouldn't even give a shit if we got a safety.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because I like Delpit. You could get a mid-tier guy. I can't think. Get Deshaun Gibson.
Yeah.
He's a free agent. He's been here, but there's another guy that had played for Jim Schwartz that's kind of more of like a $5, $6 to $8 million year type of guy that they could go after. But I want to see him invest heavily in the defensive front.
Yes.
And pick up a wide receiver. Yeah, like I hate watching that.
Yeah.
Like
hard secondaries.
Pretty damn good. If you have one safety, you just need. And you could really pick a guy from the draft. I wouldn't want us to start one, but
rotational guy.
Yeah,
because we got Ronnie and Delpit.
I think we still have to sign Ronnie, but I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, if they already let John, they already cut him. You gotta keep.
Yeah, because he's not expensive and he's still a freaking athlete.
He plays, yeah.
But yeah, did you guys? You said you watched that Stefanski interview.
Yeah.
Liked it?
I liked it. You know, you kind of seen a different side of him. Well, not really.
And it also, he identified like why he's so emotionless on the sideline.
Yeah.
He's like, that's how you gotta think. Like,
yeah.
You can't be emotional or you're not gonna think.
Right.
So I liked seeing that. But also, he hit on that he's just an extreme fucking, like, always tries to win at everything, which is good.
Yeah. I said the dude's not perfect, he's young, but I think he's
he was that young, I thought he was older.
I don't know, he's 40 yet.
He's not, he's 39.
Stefanski's 39?
Yeah, I mean, like...
That's
I didn't know
we're talking about, they're all the same age. They're all 39.
Well, I mentioned this to Ryan too, so yeah, probably that was on part of my take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were talking about this last night, and I said, Is it just me, or does that room that they always film in, does it look like a hotel
It's a
conference?
hotel conference room.
Is it a hotel conference room? And do they bring like a California king bed down there with
I don't
like
know
a granny
why.
mattress pad on
I
it?
don't know why they put that like quilt.
Yeah. I mean, Grandma she'd be proud if they would have that. I don't know if they just smoke
That's
up
all
and they
they
pass out.
with them. They do them all like that.
The other ones I've
Well,
seen.
they'll go other places. Like they'll go
They
to
will.
people, but that's like their
Stefanski
main
was
place.
definitely in a hotel.
Oh yeah, for
Conference
sure.
room.
Oh yeah, and I thought that's why I told Ryan. I said that sure looks like one to me.
Well, they're at Barstool, aren't they?
They fly everywhere to meet.
So they just get a fucking conference room and set up in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, they were talking about because they were at Minnesota like the week that Bridgewater fucked his knee
Yeah.
horribly.
Yeah.
They're
They
like,
said somebody puked.
yeah, some puked it. They're like, yeah, we were gonna meet with him, and
Yeah.
the coach was at that point. And they're like, oh yeah, why don't you? Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
And they said it was a freaking like a funeral there the whole week.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. After you see some shit like that, it's
So,
that he's that factors.
he said.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to some of the stuff for the combine. I know Brandon, you're all over this guy along with all
I
other
can't
guys.
open my mouth wide enough for him to
Yeah.
stick his dick in it.
Anthony Richardson from Florida.
I can see the fucking hype.
Yeah, definitely an impressive
He's a
athlete.
The intangibles are awesome. All of his stats there.
Yeah,
His broad jump,
4.3. Yeah,
time, hands.
fastest QB at the combine since 2003.
Yeah.
10.9 broad jump, longer than Odell. 10.5 inch hands, bigger than DeAndre Hopkins, and 40.5 inch vertical, higher than Devontae Adams.
If you're a coach that's needing a quarterback, and you think you can mold a guy and get him ready to play in the NFL,
Well, you saw how high Trey Lance went, and he didn't have any
Near
of those
that.
intangibles.
well, and his throwing motion isn't as smooth as either.
Dude, I watched I didn't watch the combine. I watched quarterback highlights, and Anthony Richardson can fucking sling the rock.
Yeah, I watched
He
it.
looks
I saw the
good,
clips
too.
of that too.
This dude is throwing just their go route, like 71 yards, just chucking it up in there. It looks like a punt.
Yeah,
Right.
Just throws it up, and they're all perfectly on target. Them wide receivers aren't leaving their route pattern
Right.
at all. And even in that drill, CJ threw one shallow.
Yeah.
The dude had to stop to catch it.
right.
Richardson, all four of his, boom.
And it looked effortless.
Yeah.
It did.
He's
I
just
mean,
flicking it out there.
I mean, they're comparing him to like Cam Newton, but
Yeah.
obviously you have to have
He's
some
gonna get way better passer.
accuracy, than Cam Newton.
Cam was pretty good though. His prime was fucking unreal.
Well, I mean,
I think
he had the MVP year, right?
If he has his head screwed on right, he's going to be really good.
He looks like he's been in some altercations in his life.
He looks like he's ugly enough to be a member of Aerosmith.
The bass player.
He's got like a Josh Allen type arm. He just flicks it out there and it just goes forever.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, like other quarterbacks, like I remember Baker's combine, like he's fucking hammering everything in there, velocity.
He's got
And this dude can take it off, just touch it out there. He looks good. I'm telling you, he's going to be good.
Yep.
I like him.
Okay, moving on to defensive end Nolan Smith. These are going to be guys that we're not going to get at all.
Freak standouts.
So, defensive end at Georgia had a 4.39 40-yard dash, 41.5-inch vertical. Weighing in at 239 pounds, he became the heaviest player to post a sub 4.40, along with a vertical of more than 40 inches. So he also, and we'll show you this clip here, outrunning wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins and Stephon Diggs on their combine performance, and they basically they shadowed them.
Combine kicked off today, and as you would expect, there were plenty of freak athletes who revealed themselves. The biggest statement of the day was made by Georgia edge rusher Nolan Smith, who ran a 4.38 40-yard dash at 238 pounds. This was just months removed from a torn pectoral, by the way. But that is not all. He proceeded to jump a 41.5-inch vertical. That is the record for the heaviest player in combine history to go over 40 in the vertical jump.
But for an edge rusher, that's gigantic.
Yeah.
A fast 40.
That is smoking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. At 240?
Yeah.
What did Miles? He ran 5.
Did he?
At like 265, 270.
I think he was like a 4.6, but he's 285.
285?
Yeah.
I thought he was faster than that.
He could have been. He might have been a 4.5.
4.45.
But he's just a different breed of human.
Yeah, he's an exceptional.
Like that's even what Stefanski said in the interview. He's like an alien.
Yeah, he is.
Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. 4.3, 40-yard dash, 41.5-inch vertical. What was it?
4.57.
4.57 per mile.
Which is insane.
And it's
285.
God.
11-foot, 1-inch broad jump. So he's definitely up there on corners.
11 foot? That's fucking giant.
Yeah. 11 foot. 11.
God damn.
Yeah. Browns combine hopefuls. Of course, you know, probably guys here that we're also not going to see. We brought this guy up last week, I believe, Brian Breesy, sophomore from Clemson, defensive tackle. He weighs 298 pounds, might as well say 300. Ran a 4.86 40-yard dash.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Well, is that just the fastest this year? Because Joe Thomas ran like a 4.6. Or didn't he have a 4.7 at like 3.15?
I have no
I
idea.
have to look that up.
I would have never.
Is that just fastest this year?
Thomas as being
No, that was actually it was fastest for any player to weigh that much. I mean, I don't know what Joe Thomas weighed at the combine.
I don't see Joe Thomas being a fast person.
He didn't look
4.92.
4.92.
Okay, it was close.
It was close though.
Damn.
But I mean, this
It was
kid's
315.
only 2 years in college. Also, defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's not going to be there.
But it's like that,
At what, 46?
you don't know. I mean, we got JOK. Nobody thought he was going to get out of the first round.
No.
But, yeah, I don't see D tackle being that second round pick. If we have it, I think that might be something that might be used for a trade.
Wide receiver, senior out of Iowa State, 4.53 40-yard dash, Xavier Hutchinson. A lot of guys, of course, Brandon, you're talking about Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. Looking really good. Looked really good in the...
He looked like Chris Olave, like out there running routes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be way better.
Really?
Yes.
It's hard to say that because I didn't fucking see him at all this year.
Yeah. I don't really base anything of what I gauge people on. I just will watch their gauntlet. And you can tell, like, they stay in a straight line. They're completely in control of their body the whole time. You can tell some dudes are trying to run too fast and they're throwing their hands up as quick as possible. Jackson just is the smoothest dude out there. Like, he's been doing it since he could walk. And the last person I seen that smooth was fucking AJ Brown. Because his gauntlet video was just dumb smooth. Everybody was on DK Metcalf. And well, we see how that's worked out so far.
Yeah.
They're both good.
I know. I'm just saying. For AJ Brown to not really be on anyone's radar.
Second round pick.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are comparing Xavier Hutchinson with Jackson Smith. So 107 receptions, 1,171 yards, and 6 touchdowns last season. You should go and look at this guy's tape. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Of course, all those recruiting tapes do look impressive.
Yeah.
Great hands, great routes, but may lack a little bit of explosiveness. So I don't know if that's something we want to get into. And then Zay Flowers, wide receiver, Boston College. You're saying he's probably not coming out of the first round either, Brandon?
No, he looks good. He'll be good.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
Really looked good in the gauntlet. So
Yeah.
you got that video.
The DBs, you see them about three-quarter speed, half speed. What else? Like Zay Flowers.
Just catching the ball everywhere too. He made a great catch too on just running routes. Just thrown way behind him, and he just twisted all the way back and
Yeah.
ended up with it, which is nice to see.
Oh, another free agent wide receiver that we might we should probably go after is old Josh Gordon.
Oh,
Ah,
yep.
That's
Why not?
all gas, no brakes.
If he never makes it out of camp, who
Who
cares?
gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, he just might sign with the Sea Dragons permanently. He might be in the front office.
Hopefully the league. I hope those leagues fucking keep going.
Another dude I like from combine wide receivers was Josh Downs. Like,
Yeah.
he's not really on anyone's radar, and he looked good. Everything he did looked good.
I actually had the footage from that too, Brandon. I just forgot to have Ryan load that up.
I'm pretty sure I got it.
Yeah.
The field is Stetson Bennett.
Yep.
Is that down?
Josh Downs.
Yeah, it looks smooth.
Yeah, he is. He's catching the ball everywhere too.
I like when he hopped
Really
right there. Those jumps.
rides.
Yeah.
Definitely like those jumps right there to go and get the ball. Of course, everything at the combine looks really good because you're not
Yeah.
facing an opponent of any sort. So you won't really know till you get
Well,
in.
that's most of the
into it.
scouts say it's 5% of
Yeah.
their evaluation. Unless somebody comes out there and just blows your fucking mind,
Right.
Like Anthony Richardson.
like Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
That dude's strap stock went insane because of the combine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Vegas. He's already number 2 to get selected number 1 overall. It's Bryce Young and then Anthony Richardson.
Really? I also heard C.J. Stroud get a lot of good reviews
He
out
went
of
up from the combine, but the top 2 in Vegas right now for first overall is Bryce Young and
Why the hell would anybody pick Bryce
I'm
Young?
still trying to
he's
figure it
literally
out.
my quarterback number 4.
Yeah.
I would
I
not.
got 3 guys ahead.
I would not spend a first round pick on
Maybe
somebody that weighs
4.
170
I might-
pounds.
I might get ballsy and just be completely disrespectful and put Stetson Bennett over him. Stetson Bennett looked good at the combine.
I mean,
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah. What was that meme you sent? Fastest 40 time for somebody over the age of 45.
I'm pretty sure I got it up here.
Oh, you got it. That's awesome.
well, let's
I
just go.
think Stetson might be all right.
Let's just go ahead and get into it. So, our crying Gordon segment.
Yes.
Brandon, who is your guy?
Mine is going to be the demon spawn of Baker Mayfield and the water pistol,
We got a
Andy
video.
Dalton, because he's just a fucking pumper of the ball.
I think you're like this.
Gotta get that one out there a little bit, undershot it. It's always interesting to me too, as guys that get themselves into a rhythm. He looks like he's a rhythm pattern, so he gets to the top of the drop.
We know
Pat.
for a fact that people that
There
have
it
the
is.
ball,
There are 2 pats there on that one.
It's got to be something from Texas. Being from Texas.
I was gonna say it might be 1 pat too many.
Get rid of one of them, get it out. I'm down here at the end where I can see it coming towards me.
There's only one Pat in Indianapolis, and it's McAfee. We know that.
That's a good ball.
Dug into.
I mean, he didn't look horrible. The fact that he passed the ball so much,
Yeah, that's.
it just reminded me of Baker, and we'll see where that gets you, bud.
Mine is going to be former NBA basketball great from the Seattle Supersonics, Sean Kemp.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh.
This great shit every week.
Oh, so apparently Kemp was arrested, I believe it was like this last Tuesday night, outside of Tacoma, Washington Mall. Still lives in the Seattle area.
Selling loose cigarettes.
Right.
So the very next day, he spent 12 hours in jail.
Of course he did.
Yeah, there's 12 hours in jail. Apparently, they said that there was no charges that were going to be filed the next morning, and then he was released. But the Porsche that they have on the clip that's outside the last known at JCPenney
was owned by him.
That's in Tacoma, Washington. So, actually, it is registered to Sean Kemp. So, where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, if you don't...
He's got Joe Mixon's lawyer.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Miss Knee.
I guess I'm up next.
Yeah.
You are up.
Well, this is mine for the week. Old Kevin Durant just ruining his ankle on no contact warm up before a game, before his first home game as a Sun.
Yeah.
Dude, I should have.
Is he out injured again?
Oh yeah, he's out for a few weeks.
Oh my god.
I should have CJ'd all the fans because you know that's why they're there to see him.
Yeah.
Just look how bad that fucking ankle
That's
is.
bad. He needs. I told you guys he needs a brace on every lower.
I don't understand how he's played as
lower
many
joint
games as
he has in his whole body.
Like,
Why would you just not wear ankle braces? Like,
Right.
You have known issues. What the fuck is wrong with you?
since Texas.
Yeah, I've been.
And they don't even wear like high top shoes anymore. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
They wear just fucking ankle high tennis shoes. So, killed him.
There's also some good Ja Morant ones here. Ja Wick. And these are fans sent in, so keep doing that, guys.
Yes, please.
That's Kenny Pickens, but it's John Morant.
Right.
Or not Kenny, fucking George Pickens.
George Pickens, yes.
Yeah.
And then here's from Sean here from the Akron Beacon, because Nolan Smith was, didn't get charged with anything.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop to the second round.
That's gonna happen.
Dumbass. And the Raiders here.
He won't make it past fucking Seahawks. Though.
No, he's not. No, in Seattle, they don't.
He's
they don't
already
fuck around.
like nothing. He got a misdemeanor.
Right.
Oh well.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. But the fact that he even went to jail is fucking insane.
Right.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So, what's Seattle doing? Because they're at 5.
They're taking Jalen Carter.
Yeah. They're not moving back.
What about Anthony Richardson?
Why? They just signed Gino. For
I know
3
they
years.
did.
3 years.
Yeah. They like Pete Carroll's not the guy to do that.
Not this year, but like they're not gonna be bad enough to have that chance again to draft this
Pete
high.
Carroll is not taking a quarterback.
I love Gino.
He would not do
I
that.
love Gino. I'm glad he got paid, but they have 2 first-round picks. Why not fucking? Hey, Anthony, you're gonna sit on the bench for a year.
Gino's the dude. I think he really believes that. So he's gonna build the team and try to win.
Go for it.
I think Carter is.
And that's a division that you can. They might not be able to beat San Fran this year, but they played them tough there
Yeah.
a couple
They're gonna
times.
dog walk the Cardinals 2 times again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Rams aren't going to be good. I think
Yeah, the Rams are-
they're shopping Stafford.
Are they shopping it?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, where's he gonna go?
I don't even know.
Washington?
That might actually be the place he goes.
Tampa?
Tampa.
I don't know. They're in such.
Tennessee?
I don't think they're going to
He's
send.
only 10 I see.
They're not going to send him somewhere for him to fuck. I think there's a mutual respect there. But I think
They're shopping him.
Well,
They're
they're
just in total rebuild then?
they have to be. I mean, they have to start getting some first
They
round
still have
picks. back.
Ramsey? Or is he went somewhere yet?
Did Ramsey get traded? I don't think he's got
I don't
traded
think
yet,
so.
right?
No.
I've seen reports that he's on the block. So I don't see now, everybody that really needs a quarterback's up behind the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And there's quarterbacks to be had.
Except Washington.
Except Washington. That'd be a good place for him, I
And the
think.
Jets, but we know Rodgers is
Yeah,
going there.
Rodgers.
Panthers aren't high. But
They're not.
I think they're what, not?
They're like 9 or 10.
Nine.
Panthers might be a decent place for him.
Fuck. They're gonna try to stick with Matt Corral, and they drafted last year.
Much faith in that.
Well, they might end up with Will Levis or
You think?
CJ something. I just have a feeling CJ's going to drop just because for whatever, Ohio State quarterbacks just have that reputation in the NFL right now.
Right.
Not that it's smart. I would
I mean, he's the best
Anthony
one
or
we've had come
CJ.
out.
Yeah. Well, I think Justin
I think
Fields will
CJ's
make
my
another
number
step.
one.
He's mine too. I mean, we sound like Homer
Then I
saying
have,
that, but
then I have Levis. and
He's a guy that is mobile enough that has shown that he can throw the
yeah,
football.
yeah. No, we talked about his mobility. We just never got to see it.
Oh, I mean, that
He's
Georgia
just
game,
slinging the rock.
mobile enough for me.
yeah, he did. No, it's just some broken plays there, and he got down the field for
I mean,
sure.
he's every bit as mobile as fucking Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And the other one was the other game that he had quite a bit of yardage against Northwestern in that high wind game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
So I mean, they weren't doing anything. You couldn't do hardly anything in that wind.
No, that was like when we played Oakland in 2020 or freaking New Orleans this year. Like, it was just one of those games where you gotta win up front.
Right. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. Anything else, boys?
I just hit on March Madness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely get on.
Sign up for that shit.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and share that. I want to go ahead and share that post again.
Yeah, I got both links up here for our stream here on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't already, please like the page, subscribe on YouTube, and obviously keep sending in some CJ pictures every week. We like to have some fan favorites. And yeah, go Browns.
Go Browns. Follow us on YouTube,
Always.
Instagram, TikTok, and RawDawgers out.
RawDawgers out.
Go fuck your mother.